Hey guys, it's Croncy, and today I have a video for any of you aspiring miners out there. Star Citizen's Alpha is full of a ton of moons and asteroid fields, and it can be very overwhelming for any new players. So we're going to have a look at each mining location one by one, trying to find out which are the best places and which ones are duds. And today, we're looking at the 3 moons of Crusader: CELLIN, DAYMAR, and YELA. But before we begin, I stream most days over at twitch.tv/Croncy, where you can see me getting absolutely destroyed by NPCs all over the verse. Let's get into it. For this video, we're going to be using the MISC Prospector to determine how good these moons are for mining. This means you're going to need a few tools before you head out. Firstly, you're going to need a prospector with a Helix mining head attachment. It can be pretty pricey, but it will allow you to break pretty much every single rock you will find. So if you can't afford one, I suggest doing a bunch of delivery missions beforehand. And don't worry, you'll make the money back quickly. Next, you need to know what you're actually looking for. I use a chart made by Space for Games, link available below, that has all the prices per unit of each mineable resource, so check that out before you lift off. One of the really important things we're going to need to consider is where we're going to be launching from. Port Olisar is easily the most travelled station in the game, and this comes with its own benefits and challenges. For example, because it's so popular, be wary of griefers. Pad rammers and pirates are constantly waiting around the station just to see all the newbies fly up and blow up. Luckily though, because it is an orbital station, you can basically quantum jump right off the gate, meaning you'll be able to get off the pad before they can get you. And when you jump back in, you'll be able to contact the ATC pretty much immediately, and so that's going to lock you in, your ship in, and all your ore. If you do this, you'll have no problem going to and from the station. And that's pretty important, because Port Olisar also has its own refinery. So now that we have our ship, our station, and our goal, let's head out to these moons and figure out which one is worth more. And we're going to start with YELA. After landing, we flew around looking for some half-decent rocks. You'll find lots of shale, granite, quartzite, and quantanium deposits around this moon. This means you're mostly looking to mine agricium, laranite, and quantanium. Early on, I found 2 pretty good agricium deposits, then I spent about 10 minutes looking around before I came across a really good quantanium deposit. Even with the Helix head, I was barely able to crack it open, but eventually I got it and reaped the rewards. After that deposit, I was full, so I headed back to Port Olisar and made my money. From takeoff to landing, I was in space for 38 minutes and made 127,000 Alpha UEC. That gives us a UEC per hour of just over 200,000. Now, I do have to say, it felt as though we were pretty lucky with that haul. So, I did it a couple more times, and overall, we ended up with an average of 122,000 UEC per hour. Off to the next moon, CELLIN. Once again, we QT'd to a spot and started looking. On CELLIN, you'll find lots of quartzite, igneous, obsidian, and granite deposits. So mostly the ore you're looking for is laranite, or really big deposits of hephaestonite. I found one really huge rock of laranite very quickly that we filled most of our cargo with. The rest of it we filled with some sub-poor hephaestonite. From liftoff to landing, we were gone for 33 minutes and made 58,000 Alpha UEC. This gives us 105,000 UEC per hour. I repeated this run a few times and got similar numbers. Rocks with high amounts of laranite appeared to be super abundant. But with CELLIN done, it was time to go easily to the worst moon of the 3, DAYMAR. I spent over 50 minutes on DAYMAR just trying to fill up the ship, but it seems the moon is just far too barren for most rocks. Shale, gneiss, and obsidian deposits appeared to be on the moon, but very far from each other. It took far too long for me to find rocks with decent amounts of material in them. Eventually, I found some pretty decent agricium and hephaestonite deposits and got to work. Taking it back to Port Olisar, after 51 minutes, we had 55,000 Alpha UEC, giving us 64,000 UEC per hour. After filling up, I decided to QT back to DAYMAR and choose a couple of different spots to see if there was more rocks in different places, but overall, it seems pretty similar. And so, taking all of that into account, where would I mine around Crusader? If I'm purely interested in making as much money as I can as fast as I can, I say go for YELA. Quantanium is worth a ton, and YELA appears to have an abundance of it. However, as it is a volatile substance, if you want to be a little safer, I'd say go for CELLIN. Both of these moons are pretty good quality for how much you can make of them right now, so mostly it's just a preference. So what did you think? Have you found a secret stash on one of these moons? What is your biggest haul? Let me know in the comments below, and give the video a like and subscribe for more Star Citizen content. Next week, we take a look at the moons of Microtech and find out which one has the richest veins. Croncy out.